So he's a pretty good guy. Likes to come out and meet people.
The Shaw Studios in Kelowna came alive with wildlife recently during the launch of the Robert Bateman Wild Festival of Youth. And helping with the launch was staff from the BC Wildlife Park in Kamloops to talk to kids about birds of prey.
A large part of why we do that is just to get kids to pay attention to wildlife, right? I talk to kids all the time and they say they've never seen a hawk. And I always say, look up sometime, because there's hawks everywhere. I see hawks every single day on my drive. And I think it's important for kids to see them up close so that they can appreciate them out in the wild.
But while the animals may look cute, staff at the park don't want to give people the idea that these animals are pets.
They have to be comfortable with us moving around them, so sometimes on purpose we'll do funny things with our hands, just so they're used to it. But imagine if you were out and 100 people wanted to touch you every single day. It's uncomfortable, right? It's not something they do in the wild. They're not social like a dog, so it means nothing to them other than it's something coming into their space.
The burrowing owl is another bird you can see at the wildlife park.
Her name is Katemi. She is 6 years old and she actually was born at the wildlife park, and she's part of our burrowing owl breeding program. As soft and cuddly as they may look, they're still a wild animal. They need their feathers for their hunting. It's very important for them to not have hands coming at them because it could be seen as you want to eat them. So we definitely do not want to touch our wild animals.
And while the animals were there to educate kids about wildlife, staff also had another message to get out to the public.
We want to think locally, but we also want to think globally, right? The things that we do in our own backyard affect things all over the world. For example, the ferruginous hawk is what we call a red-listed species, which means in BC there's not very many of them. But they're not endangered all over the world because they are all over North America. But it's just that we're at the northernmost part of their range, so when their range shrinks, we lose them first. So that means when things happen in California, we get affected too. So when things happen here, other places in the world get affected.
So we definitely want to let people know that we have to save their habitat. It's good to be aware of your impact on the environment. And even though you're one person, you can make a difference too, and that's very, very important.
In Kelowna, I'm Marianne Okel for Shaw TV.